hit it on the exact second. I'd like to call the Butte-Silver Bowl Council of Commissioners regular meeting for Wednesday, September 17, 2025 to order. Clerk, could we please have roll call?
9 present, 3 absent.
9 present, 3 absent. Please note that Commissioner Anderson, Commissioner Walker, and Commissioner Boyle are all absent from tonight's agenda. So since we do not have Commissioner Walker, could I have Commissioner Thatcher lead us in the prayer and the pledge?
Almighty God, we implore you, look upon us and guide us this night as we make decisions which so greatly affect our community of Butte-Silver Bow. Direct our thoughts, words, and deeds so that we please you and best serve our fellow citizens. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, we'll move to any public comment on any item on tonight's agenda. If you'd like to come forward, speak on any item that will be on tonight's agenda, please state your name, your address, and the item that you'd like to speak about. And there'll be a button right there that you can, there you go.
Hi, my name is Cheryl Eagle, and I would like to comment on the Judiciary Committee meeting, communication number 2025-374. I guess I would say that I represent the struggling minorities and poor people in Butte-Silver Bow County. And I would just ask the commissioners to reconsider criminalizing being homeless or unhoused in Butte-Silver Bow. I'm also an enrolled member of the Fort Peck Tribes. I was enrolled a Blackfeet member until I was 48 years old, so I've been enrolled in both. As a Native, we do a land acknowledgement, and we acknowledge who ancestrally owned this land before we came here. And Butte was not owned by any tribe in Montana. It was actually a shared hunting ground, and Crees camped along here. But on the east divide is Piikani land, and on the west of the divide was Salish Kootenai. So I just ask that you carry on that land with those less unfortunate. And Commissioner Healy, I would just like to tell you that I sympathize with your situation and the homeless person living in front of you. We just had to move residents because the person that was living under us got off of his meds, and he started using drugs, and it just became really, really scary. So I know how that feels, to feel afraid of something I didn't have any control of. But I've lived in Missoula, and I've seen what they did to homeless people. They used to live around the Capitol. So what they did was they cut the branches off of the trees in the Capitol and made it, you can't camp around the Capitol. So then the homeless people start living in this camp out in Hell's Gate. And so they did the same thing. They just cut the branches off of the trees. In Billings, they don't have any benches anywhere because a homeless person will sit on it. And I just don't think that we should be punished for things like that. And I think that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment on any item on the agenda tonight? Seeing none, we'll move to the approval of the minutes of the September 3rd and September 2nd, September 3rd regular meeting and September 2nd special meeting. Commissioner Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive. At this time, I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes of the September 3rd regular meeting minutes and September 2nd, the special meeting minutes.
We have a motion and a second approving the September 3rd regular meeting minutes and September 2nd special meeting minutes. Is there anything on the question? Could commissioners please vote? And would anyone like to change their vote? Clerk, please record the vote.
9 yea, 0 nay.
9 yea, 0 nay, motion passes. We don't have any items not addressed on tonight's agenda, so I'll just go on to the Chief Executive's report. There's not a lot that we have going on really in town. There's a lot going on, but nothing to really report on. Again, we want to continue celebrating Tech's 125th anniversary and supporting the university. I was just up there. The Board of Regents is visiting Montana Tech. They had an open house with them tonight. There's just a lot of activity and a lot of, as fall comes and the sports for all of the schools and stuff, I just encourage people to support all the different schools, not just in sports, but in the academic activities and things that they have as well. So with that, I know I was also talking to Commissioner O'Leary. He's going to go up to the Mako conference this next week, and I'll be up there as well. And so I think that's it's great that we have a commissioner going up to represent Butte-Silver Bow up at the Mako conference as well. So that'll be great. With that, I'm going to close out the Chief Executive's report, and we'll move on to Section 1, bid openings, public hearings, and/or presentations. We do have one presentation tonight. Communication number 2025-386, Julie Bushmaker, Butte-Silver Bow Public Library Chairperson, requesting Council of Commissioners authorization to schedule a presentation on September 17, 2025, to have Steph Johnson, Butte-Silver Bow Library Director, give an update on the annual report of the Butte-Silver Bow Public Library. Welcome, Ms. Johnston. Do you want to pull there we go. Thank you.
Better? Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive, Commissioners. I appreciate having the opportunity today. I'll certainly be as brief as I can manage, and I'll leave time for questions at the end. Everyone should have a packet. We'll start off by the numbers. Here we go. This matches your packet. You can see we were open just over 4,700 hours last year. Unfortunately, that total will go down due to closing our mall branch, but we're certainly searching out alternative locations and hope to reopen at some point. We regularly talk to patrons who are hesitant to come uptown in inclement weather just because of slippery roads, parking issues, and the difficulty of sometimes walking from your car to whatever location. We're looking forward to having some space in the community center at a future date. We have 14,000 card holders. That's 43% of our population right now. Our goal is to get to 50%. The Montana average is 32, so we're looking good there. Our gate count was 66,000 people. That's just everybody that walks through the doors. We had 3,000 people attend our programs, story times, book clubs, speaker series. We're very proud of our teen clubs. We have an after-school event for teens 5 days a week during the school year, and it's pretty well attended considering. 74,000 items on our shelves, 64,000 books, almost 3,000 audios, almost 7,000 DVDs and Blu-rays. That next one, 29,573 downloadables. That's a Montana State consortium we pay into. We buy downloadable ebooks, audiobooks, and magazines, and then share them throughout the state. The only drawback to that is it's been very popular, so we're going to try to set up a special collection of items that Butte people have on hold and just make those available for the Butte card holders. We loaned items to other libraries 831 times and borrowed materials 727. That's called interlibrary loan. That's where if it's a book that I can't afford or something that's out of print, I can talk to another library, they'll mail it to me, and I can loan it to our patrons. And we provide the same service throughout the state and actually throughout the U.S. Public internet stations remain really popular. This is just counting people that came in and sat down at one of our machines. It doesn't log someone who comes in and uses our Wi-Fi with their own equipment. Total checkouts were 67,852, which works out to be just under, the physical items were 38,000, which works out to be just under 2 items per capita. This is our organizational chart. You get to be on the library board through a recommendation through the Chief Executive's office, and it comes to the council for appointment. We have 5 trustees who supervise library operations. I am the director. All of the programs, children's reference, technology specialist, processing, and branch manager are library staff. And then clerks are assigned to various departments, usually the same ones, but we try to do a lot of cross-training. Oh. Skated right past the Board of Trustees, excuse me. I should point it this way? Thank you. Sorry, hi. Our Board of Trustees, Kay Vang, Margaret Mansanti, Michelle Shea, thank you, Eva Curry, and my board chairperson is Julie Bushmaker. This is our strategic plan. You also received a copy of that. This is a 3 to 5 year plan. We put it together in 2024, so we're working our way through it. The first area of focus is facilities and staffing. We were able to clean up the library dungeon, as everyone. We have a lot of great storage places, so we emptied that out for the most part. Building interior improvements. We were lucky enough to get a boiler system this year and an energy efficient lighting system on all 4 floors of the library. We did bring in our utilities quite a bit under budget this year, and I think it was primarily because of the lighting system. The community garden improvements, I've got a couple of slides later on, but last year we put up some decorative fencing around the community garden space, and we've got some renovation going on this year. Encourage everyone to drive by when you get a chance. Library staff, working with the Chief Executive's salary survey from last year, we were able to get some staff up to the minimum of their pay range. And our library clerks folded into the larger clerks union, which solved a lot of our pay parity problems. And we were lucky enough to get a service worker assigned to the library, which has really helped with our maintenance needs. We were contracting out in the past, and this has been a big improvement. Collection development, materials budget increase, and our game and puzzle lending program. We were able to get a significant increase in the materials budget, and that goes toward physical materials, not downloadables. And the game and puzzle lending has been super popular, but we don't check those in and out. That's strictly on an honor system basis, but they are very popular. Unfortunately, we put in a security system at the mall branch a few months before we had to close the mall branch, but we did keep that, so we'll be redeploying it uptown. Event partnerships, we've been really focused on partnering with various places throughout town to just get our name out there and encourage them to come and use the library and the resources as well. A couple of things have been the Covalite. We're very pleased that Butte Native Wellness has been really successful, and we've been lucky enough to partner with them on a couple of things. Trivia at the Cavalier, and especially our summer lunch program, where Action Inc. provides the sack lunches for kids all summer, and we're one of the distribution points, one of many distribution points, but we're really proud of being able to be involved with that. And we are ready and preparing to return to some more outreach. We kind of got off the wagon out of the habit during COVID, but we're definitely seeing a lot of people are more welcoming to having some outreach again. This is a partial list of library programs, clubs and speakers, story time, obviously, a couple of book clubs. Youth cribbage, which has been a slow starter. Chess club gets a little more popular every week. The manga, Lego science, those are all teen clubs, after school clubs. Memoir writing, loosely knit. The knitters laugh more than anybody else in the library. They are the noisiest bunch. Art club, the homeschoolers, the radio club, First Friday programs. Sherry Curtis schedules us a different speaker every Friday, and those are available online as well. Virtual author talks. She also got some speakers from the Smithsonian, which have been fabulous. I got it. It's in big type. You'll notice Craig Johnson, the author of the Longmire books, came to our library last winter. It was great. We're going to try to get him back. And Chris Latreille, who is Montana's poet laureate right now. He's also the author of the book Becoming Little Shell, which is the One Book Montana choice for this year. Community partners. We partnered with everyone on this list. They've supported us, and I hope we've supported them as well. We've had some wonderful successes, and I can't tell you how excited I am to add to this list in the future. Summer reading program. Traditionally, our theme was all together now this year. Summer reading for teens got a refresh. We hadn't done that for several years, but Christine Call got that back on track. The grand prize was a small Dr. Pepper fridge. The summer lunch program again, and we are working to get with the food bank to get snacks and lunches available to kids throughout the year. You just see a lot of hungry kids after school. All right, Park Street Community Garden. Here we go. Our original garden space got water repairs, new weed and mat mulch for weed control, walkway gravel and grading, stabilization of retaining structures, and we have some beautiful granite slab benches that needed to be restabilized. So that was very exciting. This is partway through that. So exciting. This is the additional space we got. It was a vacant BSB lot, and we were lucky enough to get that added to our community garden designation. Currently, they are grading and rebuilding the retaining wall, trimming the 100-year-old lilacs out front. Those belong to the original homestead, is my understanding. We're very excited to get this going. There's going to be some fruit trees, 3 more beds, and sort of a picnic space. Not to brag, but we're very proud to get this. It's for meeting all of our state library requirements. Oh, too big. Thank you so much for your patience with me. I get so nervous.
No, you did a great job. Thank you, Steph, for the presentation. Do any commissioners have any questions or comments? Commissioner Shea.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive. Obviously, I'm on the Board of Trustees, so I have nothing but great things to say about the functioning of the library. Steph does a really great job, and she's super committed to literacy and learning and safe spaces, and the functioning of the library does all of those things just wonderfully. And the rest of the trustees and staff are truly the people that are doing the work. So thank you very much, and I really appreciate everything that you do, everything that the library does, and everything that all libraries do. They're super, super important. So, and if you guys don't have a library card, you should go get one. It's really easy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Shea. Are there any other comments? Commissioner Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive. Steph, thanks for the presentation. You'd mentioned that the closure of the South Library, what's the projected timeline? Is it closed now? And then what are you looking at? Do you have any possible locations that it could move to?
Thank you for the
Commissioner
question.
Morgan, Director Johnson.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. We do not have a timeline right now. I was in contact with the new mall ownership, and they seemed open to the idea, but until they get tenants in there, my understanding is the configuration inside that building is going to be all at least 5,000 square foot spaces, which is going to be wildly too big for an operation of our size and ridiculously expensive. We were lucky enough to have that space donated to us for 14 years for free. And certainly I'm looking for that deal again, but it'll take some doing.
Thank you. Any other questions of commissioners? Commissioner O'Leary.
Thank you, Chief Executive. Director, you were in front of our Economic Development Committee earlier this summer talking about the community garden, and obviously we weren't sure that that was the best pot of money for that, but I haven't forgotten that presentation, and I appreciate you doing that. Is that, you talked about some of the improvements that were already happening at the community garden. Are you still thinking that there's additional funds in the future needed to make that community garden what you envision, or kind of where are you at on that?
Commissioner O'Leary, Director Johnson.
Thank you for the question. Of course, I look forward to having funding in the future. This year, the renovations will be paid through a grant. Several donations through the Parks and Trails Foundation, the Library Foundation, and then the library itself had a grants fund that we'll be drawing the balance of from that. That did get included in our 2880 budget this fiscal year. I'll be back.
Yeah. Thank you. Is there any other comments? I want to say thanks for all that you do. Thanks for the board, and there's been a lot of improvements, and we'll try to work together to help find a location downtown as well. There's things that maybe we can talk about as we move forward, but I know that our staff member is out for a little while that was kind of assigned down there, so we have maybe a little bit of time and when they come back. But thank you for all that you do.
Thank you so much.
All right. So next we'll move on to Section 2, Consent Agenda. A, Committee Reports 1 through 4, and B, Communications 1 through 19. Are there any friendly amendments and or segregations? Commissioner Shea.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive. I would like to segregate item number 14 from the consent agenda 2025-464.
That's item number 14, communication number 2025-464. Are there any other friendly amendments and or segregations? Commissioner O'Leary.
Thank you, Chief Executive. I'd just like to segregate communication, number 1, communication 2025-451.
That's item number 1, communication number 2025-451. Are there any other friendly amendments and or segregations? Seeing none. Commissioner Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive. At this time, I'll make a motion to approve Section 2, the consent agenda. A, the committee reports 1 through 4. B, the communications 1 through 19, with the exclusion of number 1, 25-451, and number 14, 25-464. Is that right?
We have a motion and a second to approve tonight's consent agenda. Is there anything on the question? Could commissioners please vote? And would anyone like to change their vote? Clerk, please record the vote.
9 yea, 0 nay.
9 yeas, 0 nay, motion passes. Moving to item number 1, communication number 2025-451, J.P. Gallagher, Chief Executive, requesting Council of Commissioners concurrence in the appointments of Azar Boguri, if I said that correctly, hopefully I did, 40 East Granite, Michael Potts, 8 South Montana Street, Jeff Riggs, 65 East Broadway, Maisie Sulcer, P.O. Box 266, Shanna Adams, 100 East Broadway, Matthew Seitzer, 11 East Park Street, Cassie Wick, 27th North Main Street, to the Business Improvement District. Commissioner O'Leary.
Thank you, Chief Executive Gallagher. The reason I segregated this is because I see some of these folks are out in the audience tonight. I appreciate all of your hard work on the bid. I know it's been a long time coming, and I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner O'Leary, and yeah, thank you to all of you. I know that I prematurely put this on before we had gone through all the processes, so we can't put it on the agenda. Had to pull it back up, but now we are all set and the board's ready to roll. So thank you for your commitment to that. So look forward to working with you as we move forward. All right. So Commissioner O'Leary.
I'd like to make a motion to concur and place on file communication 2025-451.
We have a motion and a second to concur and place on file communication number 2025-451. Is there anything on the question? Could commissioners please vote? And would anyone like to change their vote? Clerk, please record the vote.
9 yea, 0 nay.
9 yeas, 0 nay, motion passes. Moving on to item number 14, communication number 2025-464, Mark Neary, Public Works Director, requesting Council of Commissioners authorization to have Chief Executive Gallagher sign an agreement with TextMyGov to allow any department to have the option to use it. The Public Works Department would use this as another way to notify property owners in the area that we will be working in their area. Director Neary, so Commissioner Shea, we'd like to have him do a report. Okay.
Thank you, Chief Executive Gallagher, Commissioners. Just want an update or report.
Commissioner Shea.
Yeah, if you just, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory reading through the communication and the letter and whatnot and the agreement. I just kind of wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about, you know, how Public Works will use it. And then maybe the chief executive could just kind of weigh in on the differences between this communication system and the EOC communication system.
Right.
And yeah, we'll just kind of take the conversation from there.
That sounds good. Thank you, Commissioner Shea. Director Neary.
Thank you, Commissioner Shea. Right now, the Clerk and Recorder's Office has this contract, but it's for that department specifically. And we're going to take, if the council approves and gets Chief Executive's signature, we will take it over. They have 100,000 messages banked that we will get those that'll roll over with the contract. But what we would use it for is to notify areas in like right now when we do a waterline project, we have to go down and we hand out handouts that we're coming when we're coming, and then there actually is waterline renewal forms that we get out to them. Well, all this would be within a system, and it's automatic. The message that we put in will go out automatically to whatever area we want to use it in. And Zane was telling me that Zane Gleason, the project manager, was telling me that you can just click and drag the area of where we want these notifications to go out by text message. And it's an opt-in program, but right now about 70% of the community is already in the system.
Thank you, Director Neri. And I'll just kind of speak a little bit to, so this would be used to let people know where, projects, things like that. The Everbridge system, alternatively, was the system that we used like when we had the water emergency. And so that system we were able to do similarly, that we can, use GIS, take specific areas and send out messaging, or we can, send out to the whole community if needed. The Everbridge is really an opt-out system, not an opt-in. And so when we adopted the Everbridge system, they send or have those numbers already populated in there, but a lot of those numbers were not accurate. So then we were asking people to sign up in there because they didn't have the accurate information. So that's why some of those people were not getting it at that time. But we're learning more about the Everbridge system, how to utilize that. Lisa Carey is really looking into that. And so we're trying to optimize that a little bit. We had a test of that really with the water challenges that we had. So that's more to alert people if we have an emergency situation or if we need to have an evacuation of a specific area. This one is more to notify of upcoming work. And so it won't be alerted. You can't override system, the Everbridge system. I think you can make sure that we could say everybody in the whole county is going to do it and stuff. So they're not a whole lot of difference, but there's a little technical differences there on when we would use them and how we would use them. Does that make sense? Yeah. Follow up, Commissioner Shea.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chief Executive, for the explanation. A couple of questions. Just because I'm interested in how our data gets used, how did Everbridge pre-populate phone numbers? So that's one question. That kind of, that's a little weird. Like like an explanation on that, if you know. And then, do you know what the clerk and recorder used the system for? Mm-hmm. Just kind of interested to know that too.
Commissioner Shea, so Everbridge pre-populates it with numbers just much like when people register for things and have their numbers, and they're able to, I think like all of our other information in the world today, they're able to gather that information and utilize that as part of their platform that they do that. And that's one of the things is that people had numbers like we had a few people reach out to us saying, I haven't lived in Butte for 20 years and I got the text messages about the water situation. So that way we can take people off the system. We're able to go in and eliminate those people out. So I believe that's where they get their information. The second question, I'm not positive how the clerk and recorder utilize that, but maybe Director Neri knows.
Thank you, Chief Executive Gallagher, Commissioner Shea. I just got an update from the clerk and recorder's office. But they use it as far as voting, I think, with a rejected ballot or one that wasn't signed. They were able to use it that way. But I don't know that they actually utilized it to its max, but it was specific for that department. And another thing too is this will be for any department within Butte-Silver Bowl, like
right.
planning. Anybody can use it.
Parks and Recreation or
yep.
something. If we had a park closure or anything like that, special event type thing, we can utilize it. And that was one of the things that we had already purchased and had 100,000 messages that we hadn't used that we still had available. Commissioner Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive. Mr. Neri, the only question that I would have with this, similar to the Everbridge system, was when we first started utilizing that system, the phone number that it was coming from was a non-Butte number. And so I actually had some people asking me that question. So I in turn asked Lisa Carey about it. She responded immediately and made it so that it was a Butte number. Will this be a Butte number?
Commissioner Morgan, Director Neri.
Chief Executive Gallagher, Commissioner Morgan, we can check in that and make sure that it is a Butte number.
Great.
I was at the EOC when you called about that, at that question that night. Okay. And another thing too, on the Everbridge, if it's a life or death emergency that has to go out, it can bounce to the towers and it overrides everything and gets the message out to everybody in Everbridge.
Yeah. Commissioner Callahan.
Thank you, Chief Executive Gallagher. Mark, you say we're at 70%. What's it take to get to 100%, or is that capable? Are we capable of doing that?
Commissioner Callahan, Director Neary.
Chief Executive Gallagher, Commissioner Callahan, I talked with Zane about that today, and once we get the contract signed and we're a go, we will pursue that. We can advertise, just so everybody knows that it's out there, and just get everybody to sign up. Do what we can to get everybody to sign up.
Yeah, thanks, Director Neary. I believe that we had that kind of with the Everbridge system as well, where we realized a lot of people didn't have the Everbridge system and stuff. So we will try to preemptively get messages out through our website, things like that, saying, hey, we would like you to sign up, so that when we have any kind of work or anything going on, you will be alerted through text message and stuff. Commissioner Thatcher.
Thank you, Chief Executive Gallagher. Just on top of that, maybe we could send it out in your newsletter in the water bill, so then people who don't have social media, don't check the internet or do things like that, will have a physical option. Thank you.
Commissioner Thatcher, absolutely. Commissioner Callahan.
The problem with the water bills,
Not everyone
nobody
gets
in
one.
the rural area gets a water bill. So they get missed on all that stuff.
Yeah, Commissioner Callahan, I agree. We'll try to hit all the channels that we have available to do that. So that's one of the things that I think that in anything that we try to send out, we try to hit in all the media channels that we possibly can. But sometimes, and generally it is kind of our elderly population that doesn't see some of that stuff, because news media isn't what it used to be. It's not every day. It's not able to get that message out immediately. I'm not criticizing the Montana Standard or anybody, but the news media just doesn't have that platform anymore that gets that out. So, any other questions? Director Neary, you got.
Thank you, Chief Executive Gallagher. To Commissioner Thatcher's point, a lot of times what happens is we go into an area and then we get a call that I didn't know we were coming, but we'll be set up to say, okay, well, here's how you can sign up, so you will know, because we do get a lot of calls that way too.
Right. Follow-up, Commissioner Thatcher.
Thank you, Chief Executive Gallagher. Thank you, Director Neary. I think I called you about this one time because I had a constituent when we were sweeping. So it'll be even minor projects like that, like, hey, we're going to be sweeping Moulton Street coming up tomorrow or next week. It'll be minor like that as well, right?
Commissioner Thatcher, Director Neary.
Chief Executive Gallagher, Commissioner Thatcher, yes, Brian, Moe, and Zane have been talking about that, because that is a lot of our problems.
Thank you. Okay. Commissioner O'Leary.
Thank you, Chief Executive Gallagher. Director Neary, is there a way to make sure that our the more transient population in Butte, tenants that are living in, maybe they move in, is there some way that this system is able to capture those folks as well?
Commissioner O'Leary, Director Neary. I think that, we can only have what we have in the system. And try to catch them and register them. I think that's the only way we can try our best to do that. Follow-up, Commissioner O'Leary.
Thank you, Chief Executive Gallagher. I guess maybe what my question is if, obviously the system is what the system is, and they capture information as it becomes available. Maybe the alternative would be to figure out a way to get the management companies and the other landlords in the system so that they can notify their tenants. I just know that tenants get left out of these things a lot. It's like the newsletter.
Right.
Landlords get the water bills for these multifamily buildings. That none of the tenants get the newsletter, so they get left out of these notifications as well. So it would be good to figure out some way to capture those folks and get them in the loop.
Thank you, Commissioner O'Leary. Are there any other questions of commissioners? Seeing none, Commissioner Shea.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive. I will make a motion to concur and place on file communication number 2025-464.
We have a motion and a second to concur and place on file communication number 2025-464. Is there anything else on the question? Could commissioners please vote? And would anyone like to change their vote? Clerk, please record the vote.
9 yea, 0 nay.
9 yeas, 0 nay, motion passes. Moving on to section 3, communications to be read and acted upon. We have one, communication number 2025-466, Kelly Hazlett, TBID Executive Secretary requesting Council Commissioners authorization to schedule a presentation on September 17, 2025 regarding the Butte-Silver Bow Tourism Business Improvement District TBID work plan and budget. I'd also like to schedule a public hearing on September 24th. Commissioner Morgan, we have to put this on tonight's agenda, right?
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive. Again, the reason that I put this on to be read and acted upon was just because Ms. Hazlett asked to give a presentation before the council, and since it wasn't introduced earlier, to put it on the presentation section, I always just like to give the council the ability to look at the communication. And so at this time, I would just ask Ms. Hazlett to get up and give her presentation. If that's...
Okay, so if you're not prepared, we could, so would you like to have it put on to
Go. Yep.
yeah,
Just to go.
Hi, Commissioner Morgan. Unfortunately, Stephanie Serini couldn't be here tonight, the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, who is my manager. She wanted to be here, but we wanted to make sure that you guys knew we were on our way to giving a presentation next week, and just get that confirmed by the board.
thank you, Commissioner Morgan.
Understandable. Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive. So I guess at this time, I'll just make a concur with Communication 2025-466 and hold in the Committee of the Whole pending the presentation next week.
We have a motion and a second to concur and place on, is that what we were, concur and place on file? The only question I have, is this it's not a public hearing. It would be a public presentation, wouldn't it? Commissioner Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive. I guess I would have to refer to Ms. Hazlett. You know, as far as a publication or a public hearing, as you indicated, is it your intent to give public notice? Is it a true public hearing? Do you need that for the requirements of the?
Yes, I have to do a legal notice, Commissioner Morgan, and present it to the BSB attorney, Mr. Enruth.
Okay. Okay, so it is. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I thought we were just doing a public presentation. All right. So I have a motion and a second to concur and place on file communication number 2025-466. Commissioner Shea.
I believe it's to concur and hold
To concur and hold.
in the
That's
Committee
my-
of the Whole, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
he did say it. Concur and hold. My mistake. So correct that to a concur and hold for the Committee of the Whole. Is there anything on the question? Could commissioners please vote? And would anyone like to change their vote? Clerk, please record the vote.
9 yea, 0 nay.
9 yeas, 0 nay, motion passes. Moving on to section 4, ordinances resolution introduced to judiciary. We have one there. Please note resolution number 2025-58. Moving on to section 5, ordinances resolution for second reading. We have one, Council Bill number 2025-03 and ordinance number 2025-03. Clerk, please read the caption.
An ordinance amending Chapter 2.62 of the Butte-Silver Bow Municipal Code B/SBMC entitled Advisory Committee for Americans with Disability Act, specifically amending Section 2.62.040 and providing for an effective date herein.
Commissioner Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive. I move to place Council Bill 2025-03, ordinance number 2025-03 on second reading and passed, having been deemed fully read at length.
We have a motion and a second placing Council Bill number 2025-03 and ordinance number 2025-03 on second reading. Is there anything on the question? Could commissioners please vote? And would anyone like to change their vote? Clerk, please record the vote.
9 yea, 0 nay.
9 yeas, 0 nay, motion passes. Moving on to section 6, ordinances and resolutions for final reading. We have one, resolution number 2025-31. Clerk, please read the caption.
A resolution of intent to alter the boundaries of City County of Butte-Silver Bow, Montana Solid Waste Special District to include the boundaries of Homestake Meadows 2 subdivision and providing for an effective date herein.
Commissioner Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive. I move to place Council Resolution 2025-31 on final reading and passed, having been deemed fully read at length.
We have a motion and a second placing resolution number 2025-31 on final reading. Is there anything on the question? Could commissioners please vote? And would anyone like to change their vote? Clerk, please record the vote.
9 yea, 0 nay.
9 yea, 0 nay, motion passes. Moving on to calendar and other meeting events, please note the dates and times of all the meetings and events. And moving on to any public comment on any item not on the agenda tonight. Seeing none, I would take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signal by aye. Opposed? We are adjourned.